All right, welcome back to another Reptile Jones video. I know it's been a little bit since I have done a video. Things have been kind of crazy in the personal life. I mean crazy. Things are changing, and that's going to be the reason for this video. And I don't want to get too personal on what's going on exactly, but bottom line is end up getting a divorce, or at least by the time this video comes out, maybe it'd be, yeah, it probably won't happen by then, but we've separated. I don't want to get into all of that, just because it's that issue of it is irrelevant to what's going on into the reptile room. However, it is the catalyst of what is to come in the reptile room. So, I've been working on this. Obviously, you can tell this thing hasn't progressed beyond this. Again, because of the personal issues, this and many other things were put on hold while I figure out what's going to happen. What am I going to do? And I've kind of spoke of this on the other Reptile Jones social media. If you follow there, you already know what's going to be said in this video, but I'm going to be moving. So I figured if I have got to start all over again, what does this guy want to do? Where do I want to be? What is my dreams, my goals? What do I want to accomplish out of life? What do I want to do with Reptile Jones? Because that's kind of been my little project for a good number of years. If you're an OG on the channel, that I've been wanting to turn Reptile Jones into a legit business, an LLC. You've seen different changes. I haven't given up on that. In fact, just before the collapse of the relationship, I was working hard and diligently on taking Reptile Jones to the next level, to something that is more fulfilling for me. And I felt like it gave back to the household, if you will. I don't want to talk about that aspect right now because I'm still going to do it. It's only put on pause as far as so before I was moving along. I would have, I had a plan. I had a plan written out. I was going through the steps, achieving the next rung up the ladder to bring you guys something. The ultimate goal was to create a thing, a thing that helps me create more content here on the channel. While I enjoy keeping reptiles, building my own enclosures, breeding reptiles, in this space, I was limited. I was limited to how much I could do. So I was working toward achieving something, and I know what that something is. I'm not telling you now because I'm still going to do it. It's just not going to be here. And what do I mean by here? I mean here in Ohio. I am moving down to Florida. This is something I have talked about. And some aspects it was talked about as the family, the relationship that was going to move to Florida, but that was a 10-year plan, kinda-ish. Things got rocky. Again, I don't want to get into the personal parts, but I've been wanting to live in Florida for a little while now. Ever since I kind of visited the first time, I flew down there for the first time. I really liked everything about Florida is what I like. My brother's living down there. I was visiting him almost every summer. COVID kind of stopped it for last year, but I really enjoyed the environment. I enjoy there's just so much about Florida that I like, just on a visiting aspect. the animals, obviously the animals. And I have, while I watch a lot of reptile YouTubers that are from everywhere, UK, Canada, United States, Australia, I watch reptile YouTubers from everywhere. But the YouTubers that I'm always excited to watch their videos are the ones in Florida, like Chandler's Wildlife, Camp Kennan, Perfect Predators, and just seeing people like Tom Crutchfield and Ty Parks, the way they keep their animals, and some of them are outside and whatnot. Something about that draws me to that. That's what I was trying to do here. I was trying to build, or I was going to build environments like the environments these guys keep their animals outside. Obviously, I would be inside because I'm in Ohio. I was going to create that here. I wanted to bring a little bit of that Florida feel to these cages. So, yeah, that's the huge, big news. And maybe for some, it's like, ooh, who cares? But for me, I've lived in Northwest Ohio my entire life. I'm 41 years old. I've been in Ohio almost every bit of that. My dad was in the Army when I was around 2. He was stationed down in Texas. I have no memory of it, but we did live with him for a little bit. I think it was toward the end of his time in the service, because we moved back here. Again, I don't have no memory of it, so my memory is always Northwest Ohio. And if you know the area, Williams County in particular, I have lived in all the little towns and basically in a circle. But anyways, so for me, it's both exciting and nervous at the same time. So my job, I put in my notice to my job. That's how legit this is. And I've worked at my job for 21 years. So big changes. What's that mean for the channel? Well, I don't know how I'm going to, during this transition, I'm trying to, I want to keep making content. But what I struggle with is making stuff like this. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to take this with me. Odds are I'm probably not going to be able to. I don't know that just yet, but I'm gonna finish building this. I'm gonna make that video as inspiration, show other people what I did. Maybe they can copy it. Maybe some changes, because this actually has gone through changes. I'm not a real big fan of these huge open doors, but when I built the bottom first. I didn't have connection to a good glass guy. Sadly, I do have a good connection now. So we were able to get glass panels for them. So yeah, it's bittersweet. I will finish this out at some point. If I can't take it with me, obviously it's gonna be for sale. So if you're in Northwest Ohio or within reasonable traveling distance of the tri-state area of Ohio, Indiana, and Michigan, that might be for sale. We'll just have to see. Follow the social media. It'll be posted there first. I still have the green tree python. Update on the little red neonate. Sadly, it passed away. It was sold to me as eating. Now, he said rat pups, but I think he meant mice, pinkies, baby mice instead of baby rats, because there's no way it was going to eat a large rat. But when I fed it pinky mice, and you have seen the video, the thing had a beautiful appetite. Like, it nailed food every single time. But it appeared to have something wrong with its throat, because it could not swallow the head of a pinky mouse. After about the third meal, I kind of figured it out, or the third failed meal, because it would it would strike, it would try to swallow, and because it was a new baby and I know how finicky they can be, I would often push it back into the tub and then not disturb it, and then come back a couple hours later and check on it, and there would be the rodent, but the way it looked, it looked like it was a regurg. So I was like, okay, so I must have done something. Gave it a couple weeks, tried again, same thing. That happened 3 times. But the third time I was paying attention more. I didn't give it, I made certain things I made certain, the pinky was plenty warm enough. There wasn't nothing cold to force a regurg. It was actually the smallest pinky I could get out of the package, so it wasn't too large, all this sort of thing. And I checked on it more frequently, and that's when I discovered it would swallow it, and it would get it 3/4 of the way down, and it seemed to get stuck. The snake could not get it to go down any further. So I was debating about getting like a pinky pump, and then doing that, but I didn't know if I could find a pinky pump that had a small enough one for a neonate of that size. And calling back on my experience of breeding even smaller babies, the Thayer Kings, which were super tiny babies, drawing back on that information, what I would have to do for my Thayer Kings was cut a pinky in half, because they were so tiny that they couldn't eat a full pinky mouse. So I'd cut a pinky mouse in half, and then they would eat until they got to large enough size and you could give them full pinkies, obviously. So I thought, okay, it looked like it was the head that was stuck. You're getting stuck. So I thought, what if I did the same thing for the Thayer Kings that I did for the Thayer Kings? I do it for this GTP. And so I cut it in half, and I gave it the rear end of it, and I actually gave the head shoulders to one of the corn snakes, and it ate it. It ate it with gusto. It swallowed it, and we were good. The animal was going through its functions. It was eating, it was pooping, it seemed to be doing just fine. And then it ate. So I had 3 failed feeding attempts with about 2 weeks in between. And then it started to eat. I discovered that it will eat half pinkies. So then I started feeding it every week. And after the 4th or 5th successful feeding, I was going to feed it the next week. And when I pulled the tub out, it was laying on the bottom of the tub, and it had expired. It had passed away. I'm not sure what that was. I'm assuming it was something genetic. Something didn't grow right with inside of it, and it finally caught up with the animal. I mean, it sucks. That was a beautiful, beautiful snake. Sometimes that happens. I'm not gonna blame the guy I got it from. In fact, he doesn't even know. I didn't say anything to him. Unless he watches this video, he probably won't know, and that's fine. That I don't think he would have known. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. It sucks to lose that much money, but the animal's life was worth more. So the real tragedy is the loss of the animal. So that sucks. So I do want to work with green trees. That is one of the animals I'm really going to, once I get down to Florida, probably just stick with renting a house. So that's going to dictate exactly what I can keep, what I can take with me. Ultimately, that guy is number one of, if they're like, you can keep one thing, that's what I'm keeping. And then the next hierarchy down would be the corn snakes, particularly that strawberry anery and the coral snow. I definitely want to keep those 2. And then the next tier down would be the blizzard corn snake and the amelanistic corn snake. And then what's left is just the geckos. I probably won't keep the geckos, only because the feeding of the crickets and insects, I feel like that might be a bit of a problem. I don't know. I'm not there yet. So I guess the timeline is So this house has been sold, or is in the process of being sold. Paperwork, bank stuff. So I got to be out of here. So I am looking to be in Florida by October 1st, 2021. That's the target date. I have my sister's wedding coming up this summer in a couple months. So I want to stick around and be a part of that, because I am a part of that. So I want to, obviously I want to stay and be a part of it. I figured it'd be too much to ask to move to Florida, get a new job, say, hey, I need X amount of time off because I need to go back to Ohio, take care of that, and then go down. So we're just going to go after that. And hopefully all things at that point will be settled. Divorce will be finalized. That wedding will be done. House will be sold. That'll be done. All that stuff will be completed. My daughter just recently graduated. A big congratulations to her. She's going to start college in the fall. So that's another reason why I am going to move to Florida. My responsibilities to stay in Ohio have greatly diminished with this divorce. So it's like, you know, I'm still young enough and healthy enough to enjoy a fun, active life, to be able to get out there and enjoy things. For the past 20-something years, you know, while I have done the things I like to do, but as a father, husband, provider of the family, or a contributing provider of the family, you know, some things were kind of just, you know, put on hold because, you know, you've got your kids' sports in the summertime, or, you know, paying for this and paying for that, you know. I'm not complaining. By all means, I'm not complaining. I'm just simply saying, the only thing I now have to be reliable for is myself. I don't have my responsibilities are now up to myself. Obviously, I will always be there for my children. You know, that's a given. But it's not the same hands-on when they're minor children, you know. So it's a whole different world, and I'm still learning that aspect. To me, she's still just, you know, that little 2-year-old, not 2-year-old, that little 5-year-old who graduated from preschool, sticking her tongue out at me at her preschool graduation, like, you know, I mean, like, so it's still kind of hard to fathom. You know, she is now a young adult, and she is at the beginning chapters of her adult life, you know. So, you know, I have nothing to complain about. I am by all means not complaining. And, you know, no, I don't want no sympathy. I'm not looking for sympathy. I'm not trying to get sympathy by posting this video. I just want to give you guys, those who watch, an understanding of why I've kind of been absent, because I was really trying to ramp up the videos, and kind of get that ball rolling again, get that algorithm working back to my favor, because as it is right now, like, I post a video and, like, you know, 40 people of the over 3,000 subscribers watch, you know. So that's my fault. I take full responsibility for that. I'm not blaming anybody. So I was doing the work to get this thing back, put the train back on the tracks, so to speak, right? So yeah, that's just, you know, I wanted to share this with you guys, let you guys know what's going on. And I'm pretty excited. I feel like once I get down to Florida and I get settled in, I'm going to be able to bring exciting new content to this channel, because through this channel you will experience this guy who's lived in Ohio his whole life, now basically moved to Jurassic Park, if you will, and where gators and stuff are just everywhere. My brother, just a few weeks back, you know, when I don't know if I posted, it's probably on the Instagram. I don't think I did anything for the YouTube channel. I did visit my brother. It was a pre-planned vacation for me and my daughter, and you know, we went down there and visited. And there's other videos where you know, we've caught lizards in his backyard, and They're what I suspect to be a black racer. Couldn't get quite close enough to really identify it, although I did try to catch it. But yeah, it's just, I'm excited and nervous about the next chapter, but I'm more excited about it. But the person I am a person who doesn't take that next step unless it's a comfortable, step to step into. And this isn't quite that way. But again, I have nothing but myself to worry about, so to speak, in a non-selfish kind of way. But yeah, and I just want to give you guys an update on what's going on, what I've been doing, what is the ultimate goal. Of course, there's a lot I don't want to share because I think that would kind of ruin the fun of it, the anticipation to come. Because honestly, I have ideals that I have on the horizon that I'm aiming toward, but how I'm going to get there, that's part of life, right? We have dreams and we just got to go with it, again, go with the flow. But I'm really excited. I think this is going to be a hugely positive move for me personally, on a personal level, and I think it's going to be a great move for the this channel, because I'm going to work with these for certain. And there's a few others I was working on obtaining to do in this, but whatever, things happen. To worry about that is just, an anchor dropped when the sails are ready to, the sails are open and we're trying to catch that breeze to the next adventure. To pay attention to that failed relationship is just an anchor that's going to prevent the moving forward. So no hard feelings, don't worry about that. I am looking for no sympathy on that. So just be excited, be happy. We've got fun things on the horizon, and I'm gonna try to include the process here on the channel as much as I can, as much as I feel like it still pertains to Reptile Jones. Obviously, I'm gonna be driving down, and I'm planning at least a couple stops. I'm gonna take a week to drive. It's an 18-hour drive if I go straight to it. So I'm gonna take about a week, hit a few spots along the way. Those should be videos up on the channel eventually once I get settled and I can edit and upload. Maybe I'll go live to kind of just so we kind of see what's going on. I got a new phone. Hopefully this video should look pretty crisp and clean. This is the new iPhone. So I still have all my camera stuff. So all that stuff will be coming with me, obviously, or at least maybe it wasn't obvious, but I will be bringing all this stuff with me. I want to film stuff in the wild. I want to film once I get settled and start doing what I want to do with animals again. That'll be a video process. But yeah, so I just wanted to give you guys an update. It looks like I've been rambling for over 20 minutes now. So, give the video a thumbs up if you're excited, if you're ready to see what's gonna, what I'm gonna be doing next and all that. Again, I don't need no sympathy for what has failed. We're gonna stay positive. We're gonna move forward. We're gonna take our lumps. We're gonna learn from our mistakes. We're gonna apply them to the future, and we are going to do great things. We're gonna do great things for animals. We're gonna do great things on this channel, and we're gonna do great things for each other, and promoting this hobby of ours as a collective. So I want to just thank everybody for watching. I want to thank for the continued support a lot of you give me on YouTube, on Instagram. Some of you even follow me over on the TikTok, which, by the way, TikTok is just creative outlet for me. It's not always reptile related. Fair warning, some of the content may be a bit too controversial for you. If it is, just don't watch it. It's fine. I don't mind. I try to keep the YouTube channel all Reptile Jones related. So I never really take TikTok serious, so it's just kind of fun. It's a different side of me. It's the creative outlet that sometimes I strive for on this channel, but because I want to keep it within, whatever. I think you guys get the idea. Like me on TikTok, just know that sometimes I may, I have dark humor. I don't always show it on here, but that's just who I am sometimes. And sometimes I take my dark humor, forge it into some type of video edit, and that's just what happens, So, but anyways, thanks for watching, and until next time, later.